Trading the Swedish krona requires far more than trend lines and YouTube strategies. Forget the dream of mastering markets by drawing boxes or following random internet gurus who promise profits from patterns. The reality is brutal and unapologetic. Currency trading, especially with the Swedish krona, is built on fundamentals, not fairy tales. And congratulations, truly, for finding content that doesn't insult intelligence with another recycled technical setup. This is Traxing. The tone is harsh, the delivery is ruthless, but the message? Undeniably clear and real. Let's get straight into it. Interest rates. That's the beating heart of currency value. The moment the Riksbank, Sweden's central bank, opens its mouth, the Swedish krona listens. Rate hikes push the currency up. Rate cuts drag it down. When the Riksbank made its first rate cut after years of holding steady in early 2025, the Swedish krona collapsed. It did not pause for a trend line. It did not wait for confirmation. It dropped like a rock. This is what drives price. Not mystical candlestick formations. Not hope. Facts. Real, numerical, unemotional facts. Then comes inflation. Rising inflation means less purchasing power. Everyone gets poorer. And the currency, it reflects that pain. The Swedish economy doesn't react well to inflation exceeding expectations, and neither does the krona. Consumer price indexes, whether headline or core, send shockwaves. If inflation spikes, rate hikes follow, and the currency can surge. But when inflation undershoots and the Riksbank signals easing, that's a recipe for a freefall. The Swedish krona doesn't rise or fall based on feelings. It responds to economic signals. Always has, always will. The trade balance adds another layer. Sweden typically enjoys a trade surplus, exporting more than it imports. That usually provides strength to the Swedish krona. But when the cost of imports, like energy, rises, that surplus shrinks, and the krona stumbles. The dynamic is not always visible to those obsessed with short-term patterns, but it is loud and clear in the price movements when market participants digest those trade figures. The currency does not care about predictions. It responds to pressure that comes from imbalances and adjustments in global demand. And then there's the inconvenient truth about global risk sentiment. The Swedish krona behaves like a risk-sensitive asset. When the world is calm, investors feel brave. They buy riskier assets. The krona benefits. But the moment markets flinch, when stocks crash or headlines scream crisis, the Swedish krona is one of the first to get dumped. Capital flees to safe havens like the United States dollar, the Swiss franc, or the Japanese yen. This is not a theory. This is observable reality, repeated over and over in every risk-off episode. The shadow of the United States dollar cannot be ignored. When the Federal Reserve tightens monetary policy by raising interest rates or signaling a hawkish stance, the Swedish krona weakens in comparison. The imbalance between a strong dollar and a softer krona stretches wide. It's not fair. It's not balanced. But it's how markets work. The United States dollar is the world's benchmark. Every currency trades in its orbit, and the Swedish krona is no exception. Watching Swedish data without acknowledging the stance of the Federal Reserve is like staring at a compass and ignoring the wind. The European Union adds complexity too. Sweden is in the European Union, but it does not use the euro. That means the country benefits from the single market, but maintains its own monetary policy. This independence comes with risks. When the Eurozone suffers, Sweden can be indirectly hit, but it cannot lean on the European Central Bank for support. The krona is vulnerable in ways that the euro is not. It's sovereign, but exposed. Independent, but tethered. That subtle distinction plays out in the currency, particularly when European data or geopolitical shifts put the region in the spotlight. Professional traders know all of this. The ones who make consistent profits are not guessing. They are reading central bank releases, dissecting macroeconomic data, watching capital flows. They are not staring at moving averages and waiting for a crossover to confirm what fundamentals already screamed 24 hours earlier. They understand that every candle tells a story written days before by policymakers, inflation reports, and trade balances. Those who ignore this reality get punished, not because the market is cruel, but because the market rewards preparation and punishes ignorance. This channel exists because the space is drowning in noise. Empty voices selling strategies built on illusions, courses promising the world, indicators claiming to predict the future. It's exhausting, and more importantly, it's dishonest. Traxing isn't here to entertain, it's here to inform, to provoke, to rip the blindfold off. The tone is rough on purpose, because trading is not a game. The market does not forgive stupidity, and the Swedish krona is not a currency to approach without understanding its backbone. Everything here is deliberate. The sarcasm, the aggression, the language, it's all designed to shake complacency. This is not a beginner's guide. This is not a hand-holding tutorial. This is for the obsessed, for those who've burned accounts and finally want to know why, for those tired of chasing luck and ready to build skill. This is not feel-good content. This is feel-the-truth content. The Swedish krona does not reward dreams. It rewards comprehension. Reading the signals, whether from the Riksbank, inflation prints, trade data, or global market sentiment, is not optional. It's essential. The market does not move because of some magic zone drawn on a chart. It moves because people with billions of dollars are making decisions based on macroeconomic shifts. Those moves become trends. Those trends become opportunities, and only those with eyes wide open can see them before it's too late. Consider the ridiculous idea that a pattern, repeated over and over, will unlock the secrets of the Swedish krona. As if the market is obligated to respect geometry. It's a joke. The real joke? Traders who lose money over and over but keep repeating the same ritual. The market told them the truth. The central bank warned them. Inflation screamed at them, but the noise of ego drowned it all out. And yet, there's hope. For anyone still listening, still reading, still thinking, there's always hope. The decision to stop chasing shadows and start engaging with the real engine behind currency movements is a turning point. The Swedish krona offers lessons in every move, if the eyes are sharp enough to catch them. This content, Traxing, is not for everyone. It's not designed to be viral. It's designed to cut deep. It's black screen and sound because the world is already full of flashing lights and empty voices. What's needed is silence, focus, and blunt force insight. And that's what this is. For those who stay, more is coming. For those who walk away, the market will provide the lessons eventually, often at a cost. Because in trading, it's not about being right once. It's about being consistent. And that consistency comes not from indicators or signals, but from truth. From accepting that the Swedish krona moves for reasons most traders don't bother to learn. But the moment those reasons are studied, respected, and applied, the game changes. And for those rare minds ready to see the world of trading as it really is, welcome to Traxing.